with Ohm's law, right? So Ohm's circuit diagram, first of all, we'll draw. Ohm's circuit diagram using all those components we will draw, right? Before that, yesterday I showed you what is an open circuit and what is a closed circuit. I think we didn't define that. So let us define that also. Open circuit. There are two types of circuits, open circuit and closed circuit. So the circuit that I showed you was an open circuit, right? Where a bulb was connected on the top, then there was a battery here, and there was a key also. Okay, there was a key also, but that was if in the off position. If we didn't press it, if it was in the off position, then the bulb was not glowing. So open circuit is a circuit through which current doesn't flow. You can write the definition of an open circuit. It is a circuit through which current does not flow because the switch remains in off position. Because the switch remains in the off position. Okay. So write down the definition of open circuit. It's a circuit through which current does not flow because the switch remains in the off position or open position. So open circuit means switch is open, switch is not switched on. We have not pressed the key. That means we have not pressed the key. Chand Dhariwal, is he any student of 10th A? Okay. So this is open circuit and we have said that bulb is not glowing here. But in the same circuit, if I press the switch and switch is in the on position, now the current will start flowing from positive terminal of battery to the negative terminal. You know what is the direction of conventional current? That is always from positive to negative terminal of battery. So as current will flow through the bulb, it will glow now, right? So it will glow now. So this kind of circuit is a closed circuit. So how can we define a closed circuit? It's a circuit through which current flows when the switch is pressed. It's a circuit through which current flows when the switch is pressed, when the key is pressed. All right, and I showed you जब तक मैंने कल सर्किट में स्विच को प्रेस नहीं किया था तब तक उसमें से करंट फ्लो नहीं कर रहा था, राइट? आप जब तक फैन चलाने के लिए स्विच ऑन नहीं करते हो तो क्या ये ऑटोमेटिकली चल पड़ता है? नहीं चलता, ठीक है? So that remains open circuit. But when you press the switch, then the fan starts moving. It starts working because you have closed the circuit. You have made the circuit complete by pressing the switch. Okay. So these are two types of circuits. Now let's assemble these components in another circuit, that is Ohm's circuit. So Ohm's circuit diagram I'm going to draw, and you have to keep the circuit diagram also in mind, right? So what will be your question that we'll be covering today? Draw Ohm's circuit diagram, state Ohm's law, and write Ohm's formula. This is your question. So let us do the first part. We are going to draw Ohm's circuit diagram. We are going to draw circuit diagram first of all. Okay, so first we connect a battery, then we connect an emitter. You know, this is the symbol for emitter. Then we connect fixed resistance here. Actually, what is the purpose of Ohm's Ohm's experiment. Ohm's experiment is actually used to find this unknown resistance. Okay, between these 2 points, we always connect a wire or bulb also we can connect whose resistance we want to calculate. So what is the purpose of Ohm's experiment? To find this unknown resistance, this fixed resistance, right? Then we connect a key here and rheostat. This is rheostat, this is key, this is battery. You know that. This is fixed resistance. What is the purpose of rheostat in the circuit? It is variable resistance. So it is used to vary. It is used to change resistance of the circuit. It will give us new set of readings of current and voltage. Okay? And then where we will connect voltmeter? Here. We will connect voltmeter in parallel to this resistor. So this is our wire, this is our conductor that we have connected. It will have certain resistance also that we have denoted by this symbol. So to find the potential difference between the ends of conductor, we have connected a voltmeter, and it is always connected in parallel like I have connected here. So voltmeter is a high resistance device that is always connected in parallel in a circuit. And on the other hand, like in this circuit, we have connected ammeter in series. So ammeter is always connected in series. This is the circuit diagram that will be used to conduct Ohm's experiment. Had you been at school, we would have conducted this experiment in the lab as well and actually noted the readings of ammeter and voltmeter. Ammeter could give us the reading of current and voltmeter could give us the readings of potential difference, voltage, right? So see, have a look at the circuit diagram. ये आपको learn भी करना है, पेपर में आ भी सकता है ये. Okay, so what we do, जैसे ही हम key press करेंगे, first what we will do, we will take different components together. We will connect them through the wires, connecting wires of copper. Okay, we use copper wires in the lab. Then we start connecting from one side and then go on connecting different components. Our circuit is ready. When we press the switch, we see there is some reading in ammeter, there is some reading in voltmeter also. तो कुछ करंट और पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस की रीडिंग हमें मिल जाती, बट दिस इज ओनली वन रीडिंग. In Ohm's experiment, we at least take 3 readings to plot a graph. So how to take the new set of readings? I told you with the help of rheostat. So by moving the contact of rheostat, we can change the readings of ammeter and voltmeter because it changes the resistance of entire circuit. It can't change the resistance of this fixed resistor that we are going to find, but it changes the resistance of entire circuit, due to which the readings of ammeter and voltmeter change. So we take a new set of readings. Then again, to take third set of readings, we move the contact of rheostat once again. So this way we are able to take 3 readings. Okay, so we take 3 readings and we prepare a table. We prepare a table here of current and potential difference. Current and potential difference. Current in ampere, potential difference in volts. Alright, so we note down 3 readings. With the help of those readings, we plot a graph. This is VI graph. It comes out to be a straight line if the wire were a conductor. अगर wire conductor है तो ये VI graph is always a straight line. ठीक है? If we are taking V here, I here, we call it VI graph. If we take I here, V here, it will be called IV graph. So first we are talking about VI graph. So we find that current is directly proportional to potential difference. तो अगर हम सपोज करो सर्किट में एक सेल लगाएं, सपोज 1 एम्पियर करंट इज फ्लोइंग, अगर हम 2 cells लगा देंगे current will be doubled, 3 cells लगा देंगे current will be tripled and so on. So this proves that current is directly proportional to potential difference. So this is actually the purpose of the experiment. We note the relation between current and voltage. And this also is the statement of Ohm's law. So let us state Ohm's law. Write down. मैंने आपको क्या बोला कि from the readings and from the graph we come to know that I is proportional to V. Current is directly proportional to the potential difference. Right? So write down the statement of this law. Just we will state this in words. This becomes statement. Student. So write down the statement of Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that current flowing through a conductor, ये I क्या है? Current flowing through a conductor. Conductor means that wire that we have connected in the circuit whose resistance we want to find. So current flowing through a circuit, through a conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference, directly proportional to the potential difference between the ends of conductor, between the ends of conductor, provided temperature remains constant, provided temperature remains constant. मतलब हमें उसी टेम्परेचर पे पूरा एक्सपेरिमेंट करना होगा. दिस इज आवर कंडीशन, राइट? सो करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू अ कंडक्टर इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस बिटवीन द एंड्स ऑफ कंडक्टर प्रोवाइडेड टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ ओम्स लॉ. ऑलराइट, दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ ओम्स लॉ. ओके, सो राइट डाउन दैट इज I is proportional to V here. That is, I is directly proportional to V here. Mathematically हम उसको रिवर्स कर सकते हैं. Mathematically now we can say because I proportional to V है statement wise. आप इसको रिवर्स नहीं कर सकते. But mathematically now we can reverse the things. Mathematically we can say that V is proportional to I. Mathematically V is proportional to I, and when we introduce a constant of proportionality we introduce R. So we have this formula. इसको थोड़ा सा हम rearrange कर लेते हैं. इसको आप learn कर सकते हो with the help of V. VIR, V. So V is equal to IR. This becomes Ohm's formula. So this is Ohm's formula. V is equal to IR. You know what is V? Potential difference. What is I? That is current. And now let's come to R. कि ये हमने R क्या लिया है? Where R is resistance of conductor. Where R is resistance of the conductor. R is resistance of the conductor. How do we define that? Resistance, that is the obstruction offered to the flow of current by a conductor. तो जब एक कंडक्टर में से कुछ करंट फ्लो करता है, it always opposes that flow. It depends upon its own resistance. Okay, if the resistance of conductor is less, it will oppose less. If the resistance of that conductor is more, it will oppose more. But it will offer some opposition always. What is the reason? Collisions among the electrons. You know what is present inside a conductor? Electrons are present. Free electrons are present. Positive charges are present. So as we connect them to a supply or battery, then what happens? They start flowing. As such, if you are having copper wire, it will not carry current. बट जब आप उसको बैटरी से कनेक्ट कर दोगे, देन इट विल कॉज द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू फ्लो फ्रॉम वन एंड टू द अदर एंड. और जब वो एक एंड से दूसरे एंड के तक जा रहे हैं थ्रू अ वायर, दे विल गो ऑन कोलाइडिंग विद ईच अदर. So these collisions, they offer some opposition. So all the good conductors also, they offer some resistance at least. That is, this property is called resistance. So write down the definition of resistance. Resistance is the property of a substance. Resistance is the property of a substance due to which resistance is the property of a substance due to which it opposes the flow of current through it. Due to which it opposes the flow of current through it. So it is the property of a substance due to which it opposes the flow of current through it. One more definition of resistance we can have from Ohm's formula. How can we write R? We can write R is equal to V over I. We can write R is equal to V over I. So you can also have this mathematical definition of resistance. So resistance is defined as the ratio of potential difference between the ends of conductor to the current flowing through it. Resistance is also defined as the ratio of potential difference between the ends of conductor to the current flowing through the conductor. Ratio of potential difference to the current. Okay, one more definition you can write. Both are correct. So you can write as you wish. Resistance is also defined as the ratio of potential difference between the ends of conductor to the current flowing through it. To the current flowing through it. To the current flowing through it. So what is the cause of resistance? Write the cause of resistance also. Cause of resistance is collisions among the electrons. Cause of resistance is collisions among the electrons. Cause of resistance is collisions among the electrons. All right. Okay, I want to show a simulator, students. So give me. Let us define the unit of resistance now. Unit of resistance is ohm. Note down. Unit of resistance is ohm. OHM, ohm, and this is the symbol. Omega is the symbol. So either you can write the unit in words, okay, or you can write the symbol as well. So this is the unit of resistance. So if in the formula I write resistance 1 ohm, so 1 ohm will be 1 volt over unit of current is ampere. So this is how I can define 1 ohm. 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor through which 1 ampere of current flows on maintaining a potential difference of 1 volt between the ends. बस हमने ये बता देना कितना करंट फ्लो कर रहा है, कितना पोटेंशियल हमने दिया है, तो रेजिस्टेंस कितना होगा. ठीक है. So write down the definition of 1 ohm. 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor. 1 ohm is the resistance of a conductor through which 1 ampere of current flows. 1 ampere of current flows on maintaining a potential difference of 1 volt, on maintaining a potential difference of 1 volt between its ends. On maintaining a potential difference of 1 volt between its ends. So that is the definition of 1 ohm. Okay. Now let's come to VI graph. What is the importance of VI graph? Likhiye question. Write the importance of VI graph. VI graph, let us find its slope. We have I here, B here, and it's a straight line. Okay, let us take 2 points on the graph, A and B, any 2 points we can take, and complete this right angle triangle. Complete this right angle triangle. 9th में भी आपने किया था importance of XT graph, VT graph. So how we found the slope of the graph? By calculating tan theta. So here also we will be doing the same. So slope of VI graph is equal to tan theta, and tan theta is perpendicular over base. It is BC over AC. It's BC upon AC. What is BC representing? It is representing voltage V. What is AC representing? It is representing current I. So better I write V over I. Now what is V over I? We just defined. Ratio of potential difference to current is called resistance. So slope of VI graph gives us resistance. This is the importance of VI graph. Slope of VI graph gives us resistance. This is the importance of VI graph. This is the importance of VI graph. So have a look at this, note it down. Okay. अगर हम इसको रिवर्स कर दें, I इधर ले लें, V इधर ले लें, IV ग्राफ बन जाएगा और उसकी स्लोप क्या देगी हमें? 1 over R. Slope of IV graph will give us reciprocal of resistance.